Yeah, and I'm not going to say how brilliantly they're doing because that was a curse last time, but wow, look at this stuff. It is absolutely sensational.
Da Costa.
Yeah, so and then David Da Costa were just saying that
someone's gone
the advantage, but I'm not sure he's got the drive because the 31 of Pugliese is looking with slipstream. Veda Pratama has it though, he's no one's going to
Veda Pratama. Pole position for him last time out in Aragon, and well, this is one of the places that we actually saw him lead a Rookies Cup race for the first time a year ago. What can he do here today? I do want to sort of note, Peter, you know, we've got to focus really at the moment on the races, as you sort of said while we were off air. But the championship at the Hearts yesterday said, how are you finding the adaptation back to Grand Prix machinery from the squishy Super Sports? And he went, well, basically, I used my Rookies Cup setup on the Super Sport bike, and that there are some very dark clouds around, just sort of seemingly south of the circuit. There is a huge band of rain around, but it looks like we might just miss it. 2 years, Peter. Seemingly, we're getting away with it.
Yeah, let's hope so. Fingers crossed for that.
Let's have a rundown of the grid then. Brian Uriarte takes off from pole ahead of Pratama and Christian Daniel Jr. Carter Thompson fourth from Hakim Danish and David Gonzalez from the Brit there. Good stuff from him. Leo Ramastorfer takes off from 10th ahead of Martinez. Marco Morelli in 12th place. He'll expect better from himself. And Ramadeepa. Then behind them you got Lucas Brown, Van Kruten, Guillaume Plong, then Da Costa, Singapong,
on today. So there is the 54 of Veda Pratama, the 16-year-old Indonesian. He missed a few races, so that's it, right. They're coming under starters orders now for 13 laps of Red Bull MotoGP Rookies Cup action. Who's going to make the start? Is it Brian Uriarte on pole position for the first time? The lights go out, the front row all get rolling well. And Christian Daniel Jr. just to slot in behind Veda Pratama. There's the 51. Brian Uriarte has the advantage, but is he going to hold that all the way? He's gone across to the right-hand side. He's now drifting over to the left. He tucks in behind Veda Pratama on the number 54, who leads into the first corner.
What a start Veda Pratama got from the middle of the front row of the grid, but for 9th position, all cleanly through. Look at the number 11 of David Gonzalez there in 4th position now. He's carrying through that good form from Aragon.
Yeah, and all the riders of the rookies have done a lot
riders
better.
All up and okay. It was the number 40 of Gabriel Tessini and the 72 of David Da Costa.
Yeah, so and then David Da Costa were just saying that...
someone's gone really wide there in the background, unfortunately. Just about keeping it upright. Oh, that is car pushing the number 17. We were bigging him up in the pre-show, and unfortunately, it's all come away from him in this first race.
But the track control there. Anyway, back to the leaders. There's the 51 of Brian Uriarte in 2nd place, being chased hard by Christian Daniel Jr., but Veda Pratama has the advantage as they drop.
Kim Danish, who started from 5th position, is just off the back of this lead group. The number 13, he's in 6th at the moment. He's got Morelli for company. Benyat Fernandez is up there as well. Ramadeepa, the number 32, in 9th as well. But as we cross the line for the first time, it's Pratama, Van Daniel Jr. and Uriarte in your top 3.
Uriarte looking for a late braking manoeuvre into the first corner. He does it. Brian Uriarte, the pole man, takes the advantage away from Veda Pratama as they swing.
Costa, as they are being taken to the medical centre.
And the 70 of Christian Daniel Jr. is there.
Oh, that's a move and a half for Morelli up the inside of it, but it seems to be now the top 8 riders. Actually, it would be the 9 riders. Ramadeep is off the back of this. So Indonesia, you've got not 1 but 2 riders in the top 9 of this Rookies Cup race. Brilliant.
And Brian Uriarte said that he expected...
Very steep hill up to Arabiata too, but as we switch back to the front, it looks like Benyat Fernandez going for the lead, but it's actually Morelli who takes it from him. Where did Benyat start from? On
Malaysia. He is in 3rd place, ahead of Ramadeepa. And fanning out again, the 7 on one side of the track, the 95 of Marco Morelli on the other. Did you say in 7th he's in front of Danish? battle. He went from first to ninth, and now it's like, Marco tried to go into... And the 7.
What a run that was for Veda Fernandez.
Yes,
Goodness
superb.
me.
Yeah.
Biondetti 1 and 2, the chicane there, just carried so much speed, didn't he? But Brian cutting the inside line, and Carter Thompson's gone off in the final turn. Oh, dearie me. He's gone down and not going to make it out of that turn, unfortunately for him. Him and Christian Daniel.
Abreast. Going to be 4 abreast. 5, 6, 7 abreast. My goodness gracious me.
And it's the Japanese rider of Zen Mitani who looks as though he's going to have the inside line into turn 1, but no, it's Morelli who cuts across the front of him, and Pratama is the one.
Right, okay, so back at the front here is Marco Morelli, who, whether he knows it, we know that he's got to have a long lap penalty. I didn't see the signboard go.
Carter off, but I thought he was ahead of him at the time, but we'll have to find out after the race.
That's right, but he's going to pick up, of course, he's right at the back of this group, but he's to pick up a huge slipstream, and it is Zen on the 34 in second place, behind the 54 of Veda Pratama.
He is going to be anything but Zen at the moment, fighting for first place in this Rookies Cup as they come across the Tricolore once again. Long lap penalty complete for Marco Morelli then. He's got a lot of work to do in 7 laps.
Ramadipa has the advantage.
Oh, yes, he does. No, not for long, though, because it's actually Veda Fernandez as
the number 5, and he's back in 7th place. Right, the 7 of Veda Fernandez, who came from 13th on the grid, he has the advantage.
I want to give a shout out to Giulio Pugliese from the back of the grid up to 9th position, and then just behind him Joel Pons, the number 16. He's had a torrid start to his 2nd season in Rookies Cup.
4th place at the moment as you go through the sweeping, climbing right hand of Uriarte 1 and 2. 180 Fernandez who has the advantage now. Brian Uriarte is up into 2nd place.
Yeah, that's a heck of a recovery he's on there. As we switch back towards the front, Ramadipa, the 32, going for 2nd spot. The Indonesian way as they come down to San Donato, the 32. Brilliant ride for the Indonesian as they're about 6 abreast into the first turn. This is Rookies. They are side by side, millimetres from each other, rubbing knee sliders, elbows, tyres to fairings and things like that. But they are managing it at such high speeds. These really run up with Carter Thompson for 18th.
And the 7 of Veda Fernandez into 2nd place. Behind, is he going to go for the lead? No, he thinks better of it, backs out of it. The 31 of Giulio Pugliese. I said, he came off the back of the grid.
We got Van Krutens down as well, unfortunately. The Northern Talent Cup champion. Very good job.
And this isn't what Brian Uriarte wants to have, really, coming down towards the end of the race here. Got the slipstream going down the inside.
Goodness me, it's Dinesh who's going through into the lead again with, that was Pugliese getting pushed wide. So Dinesh leads from Ramastorfer, and Pratama there in 3rd with Zen Mitani in 4th. That is in the background, that's Joel Pons who got pushed out wide, unfortunately.
Yeah, but let's hope he can get back on the group. But the advantage on the KTM, Austrian motorcycle, Austrian rider in front of Rookies Cup.
But for how long is the question, because Pratama just behind him there. He's actually focusing on Hakim Dinesh in 3rd position with Veda Fernandez in 4th. Where is Ramadipa now? Has he been pushed right back across? He's in 9th position now.
It might be Leo Ramastorfer who splits this group up, but they're going to have to cut. In fact, they already are in his slipstream. It's the 54 of Veda Pratama who's come to the front again. And Leo just being swallowed up, actually, by everybody else.
So they have been going in this race, really, because they've just put in mid 201, late 201, some of the riders in this group, which means they've got a lot more speed in their pocket, which no one really wants to lead coming out that final corner, do they?
No, it's the 7 of Veda Fernandez, the 17-year-old Spaniard, who now has the slightest advantage over Hakim Dinesh.
What a story that Stanelli has. He certainly carries himself like an Italian.
Yeah, indeed. And
look at them all go. They'll all fan out, but then who will end up in P1? Brian Uriarte for now.
Brian Uriarte. Now, Bennett Fernandez did lead
Kim
out.
Dinesh was a perfect example of what the riders have been doing through that final corner. He was going rather slow there, it seemed, looking for a better slipstream, but he finds himself really boxed in
Michael,
there.
happy with his... Oh, he's off on the green, I think. There, he can't afford to do that on the last lap.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, really?
No,
You know,
but I think Brian Uriarte is going to try it now. Can
Yeah.
he get in front? As I say, he knows he needs 3 or 4 bike lengths lead coming out of this last car, but he's
Yeah,
not
but
going to
he's
have
going
it. He's
wide,
wide. No, he's,
See,
in fact, he's given it up, hasn't he?
you know what?
He doesn't want to
the race direction and the stewards aren't going to like this. They're not going to enjoy that at all. That's not what they want to see.
It is the 70 of Christian Daniel Jr. who leads the Rookies Cup race across the line onto the last lap. Here alongside him is Zenbatani, the Japanese, on the 34, and they fan out. It's about 6 abreast. Brian Uriarte has the advantage up the inside, but he's already been swallowed up.
And it looks like it's going to be... Oh, it's Pratama who's going to be leading the way into turn 1 then. So from second on the grid, the Indonesian, he's the one who's outfoxing them all with Pugliese, the Italian.
And Gustinelli, Ramersdorfer's there as well, so Brian has got work to do on the last lap.
And they're starting to pull away, Peter. That lap last time around was a mid-2:02. That was rather slow, so they got some pace in hand. Who can break away?
And in 8th place is Hakim Danish, the point leader. He knows he doesn't have to win this race, but of course he's a racer. They don't want to just second. There's the number 11 of David Gonzalez in 3rd place.
He's just overtaken Agostinelli. What a ride this has been from the number 9. And this is it, Peter, then. We're going into the final sector then. Your contenders for this could well be any of the...
Behind him is the 31 of Pugliese, the Italian hero.
Right, this is the final corner time. What kind of run can you get onto the start and finish straight again? Peter, take it away. It's going to be Pratama.
It's the advantage, but I'm not sure he's got the drive because the 31 of Pugliese is looking for slipstream. Veda Pratama has it though. No one's going to pass him surely before the finish. It's going to be Indonesia. It's Veda Pratama who has it.
Pratama wins then. What a ride that was.
Is in 3rd from the back of...
But it's funny because at the end of it, the rider that pulled the pin is the rider that won. He didn't get overtaken, and that's why they try and encourage it. Do you know what I mean?
Right, yeah. And Uriarte, he sort of gave way, didn't he, going on to that last lap?
Yeah.
And it didn't work out for him. He ends up in 6th place.
Yeah, exactly. And that you know...
Last year, so a wonderful improvement from the Italian rider.
Well, then into Parc Fermé they come. There we have it.
Veda, you finally did it! Tell us how difficult this race was and how are you feeling at the moment?
Yes, thank you very much. Yeah, today race 1, the race was really difficult because it was big group. Well, it's difficult race, but I'm really happy because finally I get the first position